Well, there's been a whole disintermediation of the media business. You used to have power and distribution held by very powerful companies, whether it's News Corp or Time Warner, any of the companies that if you wanted audience, you had to go and pay. Now with the opening up of the web and the opening up of the social web, so meaning Twitter, Facebook, you can build a presence, you can just do it without paying anyone. You have the ability to go direct to the consumer as a brand advertiser. So you now, instead of just being someone who rents eyeballs, can actually build a very large owned media network, a media network that you can activate over time. And frankly, Facebook pays for delivery and hosting and a lot of the stuff that you used to do in the past, build a website and try to get people there. You can build that same experience where your consumers are actually hanging out. And I think that that idea that the brand can be a publisher to millions, tens of millions, even hundreds of millions over time totally changes this idea of, of media where branded content that is expensive to produce is underwritten by advertisers. And some will continue to exist, TV, magazines, the best content will exist. But I think you're going to see a lot of content providers who rely on ad impressions not be around in 5-10 years.
So how does that content get consumed? It's not guaranteed, is it? Or is it? Or how does
So it's not
work?
guaranteed. I mean, the great thing about social is it's all opt-in. So you can launch a page if you're Coca-Cola, and you launch it with 0. Then you have to track people. Now you can pay for people to show up. Or you can just publish content and use your other media outlets to drive it. So on TV, go to facebook.com/Coca-Cola. Emails that go out, your websites, you're promoting it. And the big difference is when someone visits a website, it's kind of on an island. Maybe they sign up for a newsletter, but less than 1% of all visitors to a website will sign up for a newsletter. In Facebook, you can do stuff like, hey, become a fan of our page, like our page, and get access to this concert that's being live streamed here on the page. And I think the reason why companies like Coca-Cola and P&G and Unilever have gone from 0 to 15 million plus connections, fans, likes, followers, whatever you want to call it them, is because they've programmed it with content. They have content that people actually show up, they raise their hand, I want this. Now some of it is paid. So, Facebook makes a lot of money selling ads, and they're very effective when done correctly. But a lot of it is that viral growth, people sharing content. You like a page and all your friends see it. It's that social discovery that just doesn't happen on a website when you're by yourself without your friends there.
So how big are your efforts in the overall Facebook ecosystem?
Yeah, so the Buddy Media platform is by far the dominant enterprise management system for Facebook. So we have 8 of the top 10 global advertisers on the platform using it across their organization, whether it's Unilever or Starwood, 1,000 hotels, all 9 of their brands, Coca-Cola, P&G, companies that need an enterprise system to control rights, to do rights provisioning, to do granular publishing of content. One person can control the Turkish page, another person can control the US page. So there's a whole level of kind of needs that businesses need that aren't built by Facebook, which is what we do. So at the end of the day, the platform is the platform of choice for Facebook and the largest brands in the world, but it comes down to content. It comes down to strategy. Our tools are just tools. It comes down to what flows through it and what the idea is, and that's what makes it work. We just make it easy, cheap, fast, effective to do it. You would never launch a blog and build blog software. You'd be crazy if you're, I'm going to launch a blog instead of using this free site, WordPress or Typepad. I'm going to build a whole system to control content. That's what was happening on Facebook. Companies not focusing on content and the conversation, but building technology to power it. And we've said, don't worry about the technology. That's the easy part. We have it. Video content is the content people care about. So a 30-second, well-done spot or piece of entertainment or interview with an artist or a concert that has been live streamed and recorded, that's content that people not only want to see, but they'll share. And so the video is the #1 content that's flowing through our platform right now. So if you have a YouTube channel, we can automatically hook it up to Facebook. So when you publish to YouTube, it's actually going out on Facebook. If you're doing your ads, instead of just running them on TV, you're running them on Facebook. Budweiser, before the Super Bowl last year, they said, here are the 3 ads we're thinking about running. Look at them, become a fan first, look at them, tell us which one you think we should run. So they crowdsource their Super Bowl ad through their Facebook page. And I think that it's nothing secret. It's just the idea that people don't like to read. Reading is hard, watching is easy. That's why YouTube and Vimeo and all these sites do so well. And we just make it easy to take your content and distribute it through the social graph, which doesn't really exist at YouTube. If you get it to the right person on Facebook and they like it and share it, you now have reached 1,000 people that you wouldn't have reached otherwise.
Tell us about the fundraising round. You guys just closed the round. Tell us, about how much, where it came from, and what you're going to use with the proceeds for.
Yeah, so a year ago we had 30 people. We now have 100. The bigger we've got, the more profitable we got. We realized that it was a great space. Companies needed this technology. Companies needed to go even more into social. So knowing it's going to be competitive, I went to the board and said, I'd like to raise a little more money. I know you think we don't need it, but we need to build out Twitter and new products and innovate. And so we went to market, and there we had a lot of interest because of the space and our growth of the business. And we decided to raise money from IVP, so Institutional Venture Partners. They put in, IVP and our current investors, all of our current investors also invested, put in $23 million. And then WPP looked at about 15 different platforms. So social platforms, listening platforms, Facebook management systems, Twitter systems, and selected Buddy Media as a relationship that they valued and wanted to do. And as part of that deal, they also expressed interest in investing. So WPP followed on to our $23 million round, did a $5 million addition. So we raised $28 million, which was announced a few weeks ago. And really, we're using that to grow the business. So we have a model that it's cost-effective software. We have hundreds of clients using it, but there should be thousands. So I need more programmers, more salespeople, more product development people. And the only thing money buys you is just faster growth. So rather than staying profitable at 100 people, we're going to 300 people. We're opening offices around the world. We're kind of going to where our clients are. Unlike any other website, Facebook as a movement is global. 500 million people, or 600 million probably now. Half of them log in every day, and only a quarter of them live in the US. So we didn't have an option to say, let's start in the US and then slowly go global. If we don't go global, our brands can't succeed. Coca-Cola sells their product in every country that they're allowed to in the world. So we need to be in every country, every language. Not that we're going to have offices there, but the scope of what we're doing is pretty significant. So, we're excited to have the resources that we need to grow the business. It's my fourth business with my wife, Cass, and we've decided to really go for it, to create as big of a business as we can, rather than either staying flat or selling the business, which we could have done.